Hey everyone, my name is Murat, founder and CEO at PRIMEV. And we started PRIMEV to create new types of MEV to increase network welfare. MEV had this negative connotation that it's bad, it's extractive. And we're like, what if we can create new types of MEV that basically helps everyone and creates positive network welfare, right? So today we're making Ethereum fast using our network MEV commit. Let's dive into it. What does making Ethereum fast really mean? Well, Ethereum does a few things really well. Its focus on security and decentralization is one of its kind of large powers, right? And we can achieve many other things such as speed, execution, or what we call fast games out of protocol. So fast games are basically games that can be played on a blockchain that the blockchain does not have access to by its construction. So what we did was create a sidechain on Ethereum with MEV commit with an encrypted mempool, and the sidechain can assess things on Ethereum at the millisecond level, where Ethereum itself can't do it because it has 12-second blocks. So quick 101 on MEV commit. It has an encrypted mempool. It has low latency connections directly to block builders using this encrypted mempool. Validators are passive actors, which is a core tenet of PBS on Ethereum to make sure validators don't have to be sophisticated or do too much, and they can just be passive. They can passively join the network, and all the sophistication and the slashing risk and everything related goes to block builders. And most importantly, there's no validator sidecar, so it's very easy to integrate for validators. Just go to our validator dashboard, upload your public keys, and then you're good to go. So we've recently launched MEV Commit Explorer. So if you go to mevcommit.xyz, you'll be able to play with this in real time. And we're powering about 1% of Ethereum blocks right now with about 100 millisecond transactions. So today, Ethereum is actually fairly fast. And we've done over 1,000 pre-confirmations over the last month with a little less than about 1 ETH in daily bit volume. So it's pretty exciting that this is happening on Ethereum, and we look forward to growing this to all the way to 100%. We have a validator registry where you can just go and opt in your validators. We have a little less than 8,000 validators on mainnet today with about $45 million of active security. There's billions in this kind of passive security, but we don't really count that as it's not really active in the protocol, right? So this amount of ETH is directly related to the validators that are already opted into the protocol. We also have plenty of tooling and dashboards that are all real-time that you can check and go hands-on. For validators especially, they care about yield and how much bids they're getting per slot. And we have Dune analytics dashboards that they can dive into. These are all accessible, linked through mevcommit.xyz. You may have noticed that I talk about what's going on and what's happening using data rather than showing you logos or things of that nature. We believe this is a better method and showing real things than kind of making speeches and narratives about things that may happen in the future. But essentially, MEV commit is for validators. It's for every L1 validator. Soon it'll be for L2 and other validators as well. And what's really nice is that the demand is organic. When searchers and MEV participants notice that MEV commit block builders on the MEV commit network are winning blocks, they start sending them ETH and transactions just to get their attention to be able to send them the transactions, right? So we don't have to go and pitch a searcher to say, hey, please use our network because it's better for you. I don't have to convince a searcher to do a background and make money. They just spot the opportunity to do the background themselves. So it's really powerful in that the demand comes organically from searchers and solvers. And lastly, the transactors, which is the demand side of the market, obviously, we're increasing their MEV use case support. So we're adding new MEV use cases that will be available over the next few months. And they're fairly unique to our platform because our platform is able to coordinate the supply chain of Ethereum under one roof, right? So now you can do things across validators, across block builders, across multiple blocks, and soon across multiple chains. What's next for us is we're gonna decentralize our chain as well. And it's going to be pretty cool because it creates a very nice flywheel incentive for validators to operate a node on the chain itself, then earn the fees that comes with it, and then bring on their L1 validators with it, and then grow their earnings in this nice loop. And that'll be a key use for our tokenomics as well. We solve real-world problems using very specific and deep cryptography. We have highly performant ZK proofs that allow this network to operate in an encrypted manner. You can read more on our blog. You accrue points as validators, and there's other benefits that I can get into, but I'm running low on time here. So the biggest takeaway is that these things are live, they work. 1% of Ethereum performs faster than most L2s and Solana, and it's going to be growing over the next year. With that, I'll just leave it, and thank you.
You didn't mention anything about the token.
I did. I had a slide on it. So essentially, the token is what you use to stake on the chain, essentially, like what you do as an operator is that you run a node on the network, and then this allows you to make the fees on the network. And because now you're incentivized to increase your fees, it creates a flywheel effect to bring on your L1 validator. So the more validators you bring on Ethereum, the more surface level you get for making more fees as a validator on the MEV commit chain. And the other key aspect that we're going to use it for is to essentially stake the token to unlock the rewards on MEV commit. So today, those rewards are embedded into your MEV boost flow. And in the future, we're going to tokenize that and ensure that there's like a strong lock-in effect for staking in the network. And that's going to unlock more rewards and the claiming of rewards through the network. Also, the network generates revenue, so it's already visible on Dune.
And how are you directly exposed to the success of this project? Are you running nodes yourself, or are you taking part of the tokens, or are you taking a cut from rewards?
Sure. Part of the tokens will belong to a foundation of sorts that PRIMEV has exposure to at the end of the day. But key thing is that it's generating revenue today. So it's a matter of like finding the right structure to bring that about and opening that to the ecosystem. And yeah, PRIMEV is a part of that, and it will have an active role.
The revenue that you're already generating, if I understand that correctly, theoretically is going to increase over time. Are you going to use that in relationship to the token in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, so there's many ways to do this. Ultimately, we want it to be accessible to some degree for the token stakers using our validator dashboard. So if you imagine that you go on there and you stake this token, and that you'll be able to tap into various level of rewards. Part of those could be protocol revenue, but we do also believe in using available resources to grow the network further. So ultimately, maybe there might be some sort of community participation in that process, although it won't be direct governance. But yeah, we want to kind of ensure that we use the funds in the most kind of positively some way possible.
Maybe one last question. The value prop is super easy to understand for validators that are going to, basically natively use your solution. But how are you going to make sure that people understand that, non-validator people that are going to be there in your ecosystem as your community? How do you make sure they understand the value prop?
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of work to educate and surface tooling. So that's one of the ways. But ultimately, for the network to work, end users don't really need to understand much. It's kind of like Swift or something. Like you go to your bank, you don't know how Swift works most of the time. So like you're kind of abstracted from it. You can read about Swift and learn more about it. But like at the end of the day, you care about your bank. So searchers get it and validators get it. So that's what makes the network tick. And then we'll raise community awareness beyond that as we grow and kind of make it more accessible for end users.
Okay, thank you.